Welcome to the Elevating Leaders series, where we go beyond the headlines and straight to the people who are redefining insurtech and business transformation. We've caught up with the visionaries and the pioneers that are currently driving the industry forward, bringing you exclusive insights, strategies, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. If you're ready to go deeper, this is your front row seat to the future of insurance. I'm Miguel Edwards, and this is 5 Minutes.
What challenges are you seeing, Keith, from just an overall talent perspective? You know, when we were in the keynote this morning, we talked about a number of different dynamics in the industry, and obviously we talked about climate risk, we talked about data and analytics, we talked about digital modernization and customer experience, and we also talked about this looming talent crisis. I got to believe, particularly in the life and health space, but the life space has to have a certain of a kind of interesting bent on that. What are you guys thinking about from that perspective?
And really what I look at it, you look at folks that have grown up in the life business, a lot of times they're passionate about it.
Right.
It's mission driven, it's emotional, and I think there's real purpose in the work of selling life insurance and trying to protect consumers and protect their families in case something really bad happens. And I do think the younger generation, coming up out of school, and they're very much mission driven. They're for a cause. And
Sure.
I think, to me, the future is relatively bright when I think about what the insurance industry has to offer folks that are socially conscious and want to make the world a better place. I think an insurance policy, you don't have to look any more than the news. You look at what happened down in Florida last week. People are dying, people are losing their homes. And if you really want to help people, this is a great industry where you could really help people make a difference.
That makes a lot of sense. I hear the passion coming through. I get loud and clear.
I get kind of revved up.
Yeah, no, I know you do. So if you take that as a kind of a next step and you think about your legacy in the industry, or even the legacy of your organization, what are you guys thinking about in terms of how you're going to leave this insurance world, a better place?
Yeah, at TruStage, we believe a brighter financial future should be accessible to everyone. And I really think that's kind of the mission, the mantra that we all kind of embrace and embody in the organization. And I really think that's probably what's going to be our company's legacy, is the fact that we care about consumers and we want to protect families. And we not only make good on the front end. So when you think about buying life insurance, when you buy life insurance, you're buying a promise. You're buying a promise that when something bad happens to me, my family's going to be taken care of. And we've not only digitized and automated the front end of our experience, we've also automated that claims process as well, to the point where almost 40% of consumers who call in, or beneficiaries for life insurance policies, when they call in, a couple pieces of information to corroborate, we will automatically make a claim payment in a one-and-done experience in about 40% of the cases.
Wow.
80% of all claims calls are typically handled in 10 days or less. And for a company that works in, instant issue marketplace, those are some pretty impressive numbers.
It is.
And, to hear the folks, a lot of times we'll kick off team meetings or bigger organizational meetings with claim calls. To hear the impact that has on a consumer's or a beneficiary's life. You think about losing a loved one and how impactful that is.
Sure.
It's amazing to hear, consumers talk about, since they've lost their loved one, all the hassles, all the hoops they've had to jump through.
That's right.
Just to change electric bills, to change garbage bills.
Yeah.
And here, one of the biggest aspects of someone's financial life, we're creating an experience that is probably the easiest for them to navigate, is pretty rewarding. And to hear those consumers on the end of that call and how appreciative they are of how easy we made it for them to collect on these policies is, like when I said, mission, driven organization. it's pretty powerful.
No, that is powerful indeed, and obviously then if you're following that line of thinking, the passion comes super easy, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because there's the easy impact there that you're having.
Thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minutes. If you've enjoyed our discussion, we'd love for you to share it with anyone else you think might find it interesting. Also, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on and hit that bell to stay on top of the game with our practical 5-minute episodes. We look forward to seeing you again next week.